Hi all, welcome to Cyber Warfare Lab's AWS Cloud Red Team course. In this module, we will discuss about one of the services provided by AWS is Secret Manager. So we will discuss how Secret Manager will help us to store the encrypted credential in AWS and how we can rotate those credentials and how we can access the credential in a securely manner. We will also discuss about what are the components there in Secret Manager, just like what are the other services which is used to encrypt or decrypt the credential. We will also discuss about key management service or server, which is also a different services which will help you to store the key in KMS. Then we'll discuss about how we can enumerate the services using command line and how we can exfiltrate the data or how we can get the credential access using a secret manager. So we'll discuss each and every module one by one. So let's first discuss about introductions. So as you can see here, AWS Secret Manager is a AWS service that encrypt and store your secrets and transparently decrypts and return them to the plain text. So basically it's will help us to store the secrets in an encrypted format in Secret Manager. So you can see here in this diagram, suppose we have plain text. In plain text, we maybe have a credential, we maybe have a SSH key, or we may have RDS passwords or any other plain text. You can see here this is a plain text. How it will work? First, it will encrypt this plain text. The encryption will be happen through using this key, then key called encryption key. So here we are using KMS, which is used to store the key. So KMS is a services, it's called key management services, which is used to store the key, and those key will help us to encrypt the plain text. So once encryption is done, our text or the encrypted value secrets will be stored there in Secret Manager. So this is the Secret Manager where we have all the encrypted secrets here. So once we store the encrypted secrets, when we are going to use those secrets, what the same operation will happen? It will first decrypt the secrets using the same key, the key which is used to encrypt the secret. We are going to decryption. So we are using the encryption key to decrypt this secreted value, and it will give you again the secret plain text. So this is how Secret Manager helps. So basically Secret Manager will encrypt the secret, store the secret in Secret Manager, and when users or any service require those secrets, they will decrypt it and will share the secrets to the particular user or service. So this is how Secret Manager works. So what are the components Secret Manager have? So you can see here there is two components. One is Secret Manager itself, and second one is KMS, where we store the encryption or decryption key. Okay, so first we will discuss about Secret Manager. So basically Secret Manager, it's designed especially to store application secrets such as login credentials, your SSH key, password, IDS credential, or any other plain text that change periodically and should not be hard-coded or stored in the plain text in the application. Suppose if you're using one application which is trying to connect to your RDS or database, you should specify the credential in configuration file and it will be hard-coded there. But if you are using the Secret Manager, you only just specify the ARN or the unique ID of the Secret Manager, and it will fetch the data from the Secret Manager or the credential from the Secret Manager to authenticate to the database. Second thing is it will also allow us to rotate the secrets. So suppose if you have a policy in organization that secrets or credentials should be rotated within 30 days or 15 days or 45 days according to the policies they have or standard they follow, you can use the Secret Manager to do all this tasks automatically. Second thing, it uses key from AWS KMS services. So KMS means key management server. the key which is used for encrypting and decrypting the secrets that is stored in Secret Manager. So before storing anything, it first encrypt the secret and then store. So KMS is used to have a lot of key, and the key may be AWS managed key or customer managed key. We'll discuss about how KMS works, but here you should understand that it uses the KMS to encryption and decrypt the secrets. You can see here in this diagram, suppose we have a 3 secrets which is stored there. This is the secret which is stored there. It will also map the key which is used to encrypt the secret. So why? Because when decryption is happened, they can use the same key to decrypt this secret. So you can encrypt the secret using the same key. So you can see here secret 1 is encrypted using key 1, but secret 2 and 3 are encrypted using key 2. So you can use whatever key you want to encrypt or decrypt the secrets. So this is how Secret Manager works. I will show you how it's look like practically, how we can store the credentials and how we can retrieve those credentials. So you can see here I already logged into the AWS Management Console. Now we have to click Secret Manager. You have to just type Secret Manager here. So you can see here this is the console, or this is the dashboard of Secret Manager. Currently I stored 2 secrets here. You can store more secrets here. So you can see here I stored only 2 secrets. Let's click on these secrets. So the first thing is encryption key. So this is the key name which is used to encrypt or decrypt this secret. This is the secret value. The secret name, and the value will be in encrypted format, so you can retrieve it. And this is the secret ARN. You can see here, this is the secret value, which is actually your maybe password or SSH key or any other details. You can retrieve the secret. So currently you can see here I have the password key and the value of this password is the secret. So this is how you can store the secret, but it will be there in encrypted format. Only when you request for a secret, it will be decrypted using the same key which is used to encrypt the secret. Okay, you can also specify the rotations of the secret if you want to rotate on particular days or intervals. And this is how you can define the permissions. So to define the permissions for these secrets, you can attach 2 types of policies. So basically you can define the permissions using 2 types of policies. One is identity based policy. That means you can allow any users to access this secret. So you can define at the user level. You can assign the policy at the user level. Okay, you can access the secret. Second thing is called a resource based policy. In resource based policy, basically you can attach the policy or you can define the policy at the secret level. Suppose this is the secret, I can define that who can access this secret. So I can allow or disallow the person, the rules to access this secret. So this is called a resource-based policy I can attach to the secret. And this is how you can access it. And this is a sample code. If you want to access this secret using your SDK or any other programming language, you can access it. So this is the code. You can specify how you can access the secrets. So this is how you can access the secret. You can store also the secret. So suppose you can store RDS database credentials, document DB database credentials, Redshift cluster credentials for any other database, or you can store your own API key, SSH key, or any other secret. So suppose I want to store this key. Suppose I just want to store data and 1 2 3 4 5. You can store this data, and this is the value in a encrypted manner in this. To storing this one, this is a plain text. To storing this one, we want an encryption key, and these are the key which is there in KMS. So you can have your own key, or by default there will be a AWS managed key, which is unique for each and every customers in AWS environment. So suppose I just choose this default key. You can use this key to encrypt or decrypt the secrets. Click next. You have to specify this secret name. So you can either specify in this format Suppose you have a database secret, database ABC1. So any other format, the description and all these things. So this is how you can store the secrets in Secret Manager. You can also define if you allow for a rotations for a time interval, but if you don't allow, you can disable this thing. So it will ask you for reviews. Once you're done, you can store the secrets. So you can see here this database ABC1 is stored here in our Secret Manager. This is the encryption key which we use. This is the secret name, and this is the ARN of the secret, which is uniquely identify the secret. And if you want to retrieve, you can retrieve the secret using portal, or you can retrieve using CLI or any API which is there. So you can access this code to retrieve the secret. But to retrieve the secret, you should understand that you have a permissions to retrieve or list down those secrets. So you can define the permission using identity-based policy or resource-based policy. So this is how a secret manager look like. Because why it's important when you're performing a red teaming, you should understand about that who all users or roles have access to these secrets, or you can define or you can check the policy on the secret level. So what is the resource-based policies applied to this particular secret, and what are the user role is allowed to access this secret. So this is how really important when you found. So this step or this service will help you to gain a lot of information about different secrets, so that will help you to perform further red teaming activities or any other. Suppose you want to exfiltrate all the data from the database, you need a secrets which will connect to the database. So here you can retrieve the secret and you can directly connect to the database and you can exfiltrate all the information which is there. So this is how this phase of red teaming will really important. Okay, that's all about Secret Manager. Let's move to the KMS, because we saw that there is a key which is used to encrypt or decrypt this key secret. So what is this key? What is the key management server is there? So you can see here we discuss about Secret Manager. Now let's discuss about KMS. So basically, key management server. So services is basically a service provided by AWS. It's easy for users to create and manage a cryptographic key. So basically, it stores cryptographic key as a symmetric key and asymmetric key format. There may be a possibility that the key which you store there is a AWS managed key as well as customer master key. Basically, AWS key or a customer key. So suppose by default, AWS can create a unique key for each and every customer. You can have your own key. Suppose if you have any symmetric key or asymmetric key, you can upload it here. So this is all about how this KMS we will discuss in a practical manner. So let's move to the sections. Click on the dashboard of this portal. Now let's type key management service. So this is the key management service. Okay, so you can see here by default there is a two key which is AWS managed key. So suppose if you want a secret manager to encrypt one secret, by default it will create a key, and this is the aliases of secret manager key. So it will start from AWS, and this is a key which seems like AWS managed key, and this key is used to encrypt the secrets in secret managers. This is a key which is used to encrypt the EBS, elastic block storage. You can use the same key to store or to encrypt S3 bucket, the data which is stored in S3, or you can use any other encryption or decryption operations. So these are all key which is by default generated for a users when they when they want to access or when they want to encrypt few data according to the services they use. So these are the key which is provided by AWS. So AWS can manage this key. This is the ID and this is the status of this key. Same like if you have your own key, if customer have their own key, they can also store their key. So seem like we already stored 2 key here. Let's create a new key. So it's allow you to create either a symmetric key or asymmetric key. So this is how it's look like. So if you click on the symmetric key, it will create it. If you click on the asymmetric key, it will ask what is the purpose you want to use, for encryption or decryption, or sign or verify, because asymmetric key also used for sign and verification purpose. So let's create a symmetric key. You have to define the aliases. So let's see what is the name. So suppose I'm using this key for a secret manager. So let's key/secret. You can define the optional here. And this is the keyword purpose. So basically, it's your unique identity. What is purpose you want to use this key? And if you are using the key, if you are creating a key, you should define 2 things. One is the administrator, who can manage this key, who can delete this key, and second one is user, who can access this key. You can see here currently you can specify who will be the admin of this key, who can delete this key, who can perform all the administrative task on this key. Now you have to define the permissions who can access this key. So you can define SRB, C2 users, and few other users who can define this key. That's all. So you can review the key policies. So it will allow, for administrative purpose, it will allow this principal to all the operations, and for only this principal admin, these are the administrative operations, and this is the permission for this user to only read only permission. They can encrypt, decrypt, they can use this key, but they cannot delete or they cannot update this key. So this is how the key is identified, and this is the key I created. So this is the ARN of this key, and this is the aliases of this key. So it will be uniquely identified, and it will be help to create to encrypt the EBS, to encrypt KMS or any other services or any other operation that we are going to perform. So this is how it's look like. So it will really important. Suppose how it will help in our red teaming operations. So suppose if we found that there is a EBS or there is a data in S3 which is encrypted using one of the key. All data which is stored there in S3 is encrypted, and you somehow compromise the bucket, but the data is already encrypted, so you can't identify what is data there. So you can use the key. If you have permissions to access this key, you can use those keys to decrypt the data. So this is how it will help us in red teaming assessment, where we have encrypted data to decrypt the data. This is the operation we can use using the KMS. So you can see here, this is the key, this is the AWS managed key, and this is the customer managed key. So this is how KMS is look like. We will discuss about in practical manners how we identify, how we know what are the policy attached to this one, what are the key is there, how we can access all these things using our enumeration as well as credential access fields, where we actually going to exploit it. We actually retrieve the data from the encrypted encrypted files or encrypted secrets which is stored there. So we will discuss about a few more things in our coming sections. So that's all about this video. Thank you so much for joining us.